Hey, all, it's David Ducker coming back at you, and today I'm going to be talking about unified themes in RPGs. So, what a unified theme is, it's a reason for your player characters to be together as a group, as a unit. It could be a shared goal, a shared organization, a shared history, or a shared future, hopefully. These are tremendously important uh, for any game, any concept. Get the party together as a unit, form a team, not just a collection of individuals, because then they'll break apart very soon, very quickly. It's like herding cats. Also, you'll engage in so much metagaming trying to bring them together in game if they lack this unified theme. We've all heard the old cliche, you all meet in a tavern. The reason that happens is because the group lacks a unified theme. So we have to shoehorn them all together when there's no reason for them to be together. So as a GM, one of the first things you should do is set out the reason that your characters have come together in the first place. I recently actually did a poll on our forum. What's your favorite unified theme? And the poll has the option to add more options. I think I put in 8. We ended up with like 16 different potential unified themes. So there's a tremendous variety, and there's so many so many concepts you can use within each one of those. I'll take as an example. I'll do a couple examples. First example, you could all be members of a temple. So you could get the temple guard as a fighter. You could get a singer of hymns in there as a more skill-based character. Of course, a priest fits perfectly. And depending on the god, you can get supplementary characters as well. So if it's a god of fire, now you can get a fire mage in there as well, or an Ifrit, or a fire giant. You can also get people who have been healed, resurrected, or even raised by the temple. If the temple's acting kind of as an orphanage or as a school, just a charitable organization, people who aren't necessarily part of it can feel a part of it and they want to join it. If you're an orphan raised by this temple, even if you go off on another path, that's like your family. So you still have a great reason to get into the party. Another example, Thieves Guild. So, which is just a gang, a vicious street gang in medieval times. But they're called Thieves Guild for some reason. So you can have a shadow mage, an illusionist, an enchanter. You can have a priest of a god of luck, or a god of illusions or shadows, or the knight, or thievery, or agility, or eloquence. You can have, of course, the street thug, the bruiser who shakes people down for money, in addition to all of your different rogue archetypes, the trickster, the mechanic, the safecracker, the trap expert, the stealthy cat burglar, the agile second story man. So just within the Thieves Guild, you can get so many different kinds of characters. Or just within a temple, so many different kinds of characters. Of course, classic in the Game of Thrones setting is you're all members of a noble house. So you're all related, your family, or you're retainers of that family. So again, the versatility can be really huge, and it's not really stifling most of the time, and sometimes it can give you a creative place to start. Some people have trouble without a frame of reference in just making a character. So it gives you a starting point, which some people find helpful as well. So I think I'll give you an example of what can go wrong when there's no unified theme. It's easy to see what can go right when there is one. You all get to a town and you head straight to the temple because you're all members of the temple. You don't split the party, even in the town. You have no reason to. or you hit the new city and you all head to the local Thieves Guild Hall because you're all members. It just makes sense. You stick together as a unit. Versus if you all meet in a tavern, you hit the city, everyone goes in a different direction. The wizard goes to the wizard's cabal, the priest goes to the temple, the thief goes to the Thieves Guild, the fighter goes to the bar, the paladin goes to the castle, and they're all scattered. And why would they necessarily even come back together again sometimes? So I'll give you an example though, because this weekend I had my second session of Numenera, a new group I found through Meetup.com. A fellow named Kyle is running the game. Kyle's a weak GM. He is running essentially a completely empty sandbox from what I can tell. Go anywhere, do anything, but there's nowhere to go and there's nothing to do. And he didn't give us a unified theme. So we all basically just there are three players. Myself, Megan, who's a great player, and you'll know her from my Return to the Runefangs game because I stole her out of the Numenera game. And another fellow named Robin. And Robin and Megan, their characters met in a tavern. And I wasn't putting up with that, so I'm trying really hard to integrate my character. So I latch my character onto Megan's backstory so that we at least have a unified theme. She doesn't know this, though. They made their characters together publicly, and I made mine in secret because I always prefer secret character creation because I get so much enjoyment. And so do the rest of the group. We had a lot of fun with my character, despite the poor GMing. But what ended up happening was I've tied my character to Megan's backstory. Megan and the other player are not tied together. So when I approach the group, I approach as if I'm tied to Robin's backstory, and I don't really care about Megan, because my character's a trickster. And he uses this to get close to Megan, and at a certain point it's revealed that I don't give a shit about Robin, and I just dump him. And the characters are shocked. The other players are shocked to realize I've been lying to them the whole time. And what I really was after was this information from Megan's backstory, which was great. Just making my character in secret allowed me to do that, to come in as if I were Robin's paladin, when actually I'm just trying to get in there with Megan, steal some info, and then I was hoping we could collaborate on following her quest line. But it didn't really work out that way. What ended up happening was when Megan found out about this, her character attacked my character, and I used some illusion magic to escape, which again was a shock. They thought I was a paladin, and I started hitting illusion magic. And again, because I was made in secret, they were shocked. Now they really don't know what's going on. They thought they knew my motivation. They thought they knew my abilities. They don't know anything about my character, which was great. But the problem was Megan attacked my character, and we're both in character, and you need to stay in character. I mean, that's like a cardinal rule. But our characters weren't designed to work together because we have no unified theme. I made mine in secret. She did make hers in public, and I tried to make it so that we would be a team, but obviously it didn't work out. Our personalities of our characters clashed, and our unified goal, which I tried to create one, was not strong enough to keep us together either. So we ended up fighting. I escaped. But now looking at it, I have no reason to go back to the party. They have no reason to team up with me. So we had no unified theme. And now the party is, usually the party just splits. Now the party is sundered. The party is sundered, probably never to rejoin, to reconstitute. So this is because we didn't have a unified theme. If we had come in with something, even if we're all caravan guards, or we're all just traveling in this caravan, the whole campaign could be just the journey across the continent in a caravan. That could be it. No problem. And then we'd have a reason to stick together. We're both heading west, and that'll just keep us together until we reach our destination, at which point we'll probably split. But if the whole focus of the campaign is just this long journey, that wouldn't be a problem. You can see how easy it would be to add this unified theme. I could still be my character. She could still be hers. If we could have nothing in common except this one thing that keeps us together. We're heading west in this caravan. It can be as simple as that, and that's not constrictive at all. Versus something like we're all officers on the same ship. In that case, it becomes more constrictive in what you can build, but it opens up possibilities for the the ship-to-ship combat, whether that's a naval vessel or a spaceship. So I just wanted to share that experience from this weekend of how not having a unified theme led to player versus player combat and the sundering of the party, and kind of talk about how useful and important unified themes are, how much they can add to the game. They can help the GM get the game in the area he wants it. If you say medieval fantasy, one person could make a wizard and one will make a thief, and one thinks they're fighting dragons, and one just wants to take over the city with his gang. But if everyone is a member of a wizard's cabal, you got the Tomb Raider, who's a thief. You got the wizard's bodyguard, who's a fighter. You got the priest of the god of magic, and you've got a wizard. Well, now you kind of know the storylines are all going to involve wizardly things. The rivalry between different schools of magic, or covering artifacts, crafting spells, master and apprentice politics and drama. So you can really push the campaign in the direction you want it and make the characters fit in that mold just by giving them some basic guidance at the very start. I think that's all I got to say about unified themes. It's very simple, but it's very important. I'd love to hear in the comments below great themes you've had, bad games you've had that had no theme, or maybe bad games you've had that had a theme and great games you've had without a theme. I'd love to have any kind of comments at all. I love to read them. I love to respond to them. And I'm going to be signing off right now. So everybody have a good day in YouTube land.